Hi. Even before recorded history, there are people who fit the description of vegetarian. But though they believe it was the right choice, there may be others who disagree. Vegetarian means the exclusion of meat from the diet, or a person who does not eat meat, sometimes other animal products, especially for moral, religious, or health reasons. The term vegetarian was coined by the British Vegetarian Society in the mid-1800s, but there have been vegetarians way before that, even before recorded history. The original cavemen who just ate berries and fruits were original cavemen. And then throughout Indian and regular medieval times, there were vegetarians throughout. But the word vegetarian was not created until the British Vegetarian Society created it. And Pythagoras was also a vegetarian, and the original vegetarians were called Pythagoreans until the word vegetarian was created. Vegetarianism was not common in the U.S. until 1971, when Francis Moore Lepe wrote his bestseller Diet for a Smaller Planet. He wrote the book because he found that it took 4 times more to feed the animal than 14 times more to feed the animal than you got back in meat. And so he wrote his book and became a vegetarian to get the world to eat less and save resources for the world. But the amount of vegetarians in America is significantly less than the amount of people who eat meat, so it doesn't really help much. Most vegetarians are environmentalists, which means they are dedicated to helping the environment and protecting resources throughout the world. They believe they cannot convince everyone to stop eating meat, so they try to save whatever land they can that is still around before us destroy it. Most meat eaters only eat meat because they grew up eating meat. It's become a forced habit, and it's kind of more like an instinct. They've just been turned off.
It's so coins.
Okay. They have developed a habit, more like an instinct, ground into them through generations of their families eating meat. Most people who eat meat live under the false thought that they need meat to survive because they can't get all the proteins just from eating fruits and vegetables. But in reality, you can get everything you need from them. It is just so ingrained in them they need to eat meat that even if they did know, it wouldn't matter. Some meat eaters who are on the opposite side of vegetarians believe that environmentalists are hindering the natural progress of the world to expand. They see the world as their own personal property and not belonging to everyone, and try to create even a better life for themselves. And even if they do realize what they're doing, they don't care because, again, they were taught to expand and better themselves. On the ethicality of vegetarianism, if you're a vegetarian, chances are you are trying to help the environment, which is completely ethical. It is you're trying to help slow the death of the planet, no matter how small it may be. But an unethical part is something I like to call like an animal paradox, where if you stop eating meat, the animal population will overgrow, and then all the plants will disappear, and then all the animals will disappear because they have no plants to eat, and then the plants will grow back, and the animals come back because the plants are back, and the cycle will constantly go over and over. Your view on ethicality is completely dependent on whether or not, you decide if it is more important to save the resources or continue expanding. Those who pay no attention to the environment are usually not vegetarians, so they see no point in it, but those who do usually see it as one of the largest problems of today. Thank you.
I have a question.
Go for it.